Good morning. I'm Lisa Krch, the Public Information and Communications Manager for the Kern High School District. Leadership, it requires making difficult decisions. The decision-making process might require the weighing of certain principles, such as fairness, freedom of choice, social responsibility, the law, and privacy. Some of these principles may be in conflict with each other. For example, social responsibility versus freedom of choice. Consider the following situations. Identify the conflicting principles as well as short and long-term consequences of your options. Also consider how the rotary four-way test can be applied. Please be prepared to state your decision and the reasons behind it. This is scenario number 1. You've been best friends with Trevor since first grade. You've done everything together. You're both seniors in high school, you get along with everyone you meet, and you're pretty well liked. Since midway through junior year, Trevor's been dating Julie, someone who has been a good fit for him. When you started dating Julie's best friend, it was a perfect match. The four of you often go on double dates together, be it to the movies or out to dinner. You've been dating for almost a year now and have even been talking about going to the same college together. Everyone knows that Trevor and Julie are meant to be, and that you and your significant other will always be together. Last Friday night, Julie and her best friend went out of town to see a concert together. You and Trevor stayed behind, and you went to a school football game. Going for refreshments, you returned to find Trevor not in his seat. Waiting through an entire quarter, you start to get worried. He's not answering his texts. When you go looking for him, you find him kissing another girl behind the bleachers. Trevor hasn't seen you. You quickly return to your seat. When he does come back, he tells you he had to take a phone call from a relative. You know he is lying. You hint that it's too bad that Julie and her best friend could not be with them, to which he just nods. A week later, Trevor still hasn't said anything to Julie nor to you, and there's also a rumor going around school that he is seeing another girl. What do? Do you speak to Trevor about it? Do you tell Julie what you saw? Is it any of your business? Please discuss. Welcome back. This is scenario number 2. Your entire senior class has been exceptionally well this year. As a student who is shouldering 4 advanced classes, you're doing all you can to get good grades, including dropping out of a few activities so you have more time for schoolwork. It pained you to drop those activities because you really enjoyed them, but school came first. There are 10 valedictorians in your class this year, and 5 of them are in your classes. No one else seems to be struggling in their classes, and they didn't drop any activities to keep their grades up. It's time for winter finals, and you've spent the last 3 weeks sweating a little, wondering if you can pull off your usual grade point average. During finals, however, you notice when you're working on a particularly difficult problem that a few of your fellow classmates look slightly suspicious. Watching them for a moment, you notice that 5 valedictorians are all referring to notes taped on the inside of their sweatshirts. They quickly flip them under when your teacher looks up. After another moment, it is clear they are cheating. Finishing your test, you turn it in, deciding not to say anything. In your next class, you notice the same students are cheating again in the same way. Your English teacher doesn't notice. Not sure what to do, you wait until everyone's left the classroom. After the final is over, you tell the teacher what you saw. She says she'll take care of the situation, but after a month, nothing's happened. The same 5 students are bragging about their grades, while you didn't do as well as you'd hoped on your finals. And the more you ask around, the more you learn that you're probably one of the only students in your advanced classes doing your work honestly. It turns out cheating is a huge problem in your classes. You decide to approach one of the students about their cheating habit. They shrug it off and offer to give you the answers too, saying that the teachers never report them. You could really use a bump in your GPA, and the extra help could get you back into those extracurricular activities you had to drop to concentrate more on your grades. So, what do? Do you take them up on the offer since everyone else seems to be doing it and the teachers just don't care? Do you go to the dean knowing your grades won't improve and you might develop a reputation among your classmates for reporting what you witnessed? Please discuss. Welcome back. Here is our next scenario. You've just accepted a new job at a local grocery store and you are excited to get started. You're training as a checker and you meet Stacy, a coworker who started the same day that you did. Both of you hit it off as good friends. You spend hours after school working, being as friendly as possible and helping everyone. You enjoy your job and you really like your boss who treats you well. The more you get to know Stacy, the more you like her too. She works for everything she gets and she seems to be successful. Recently, she bought her own new iPhone with the money she's been saving from her paycheck. One night, when you are closing out your register, you are chatting with Stacy about school. You noticed as you look over that she put something in her pocket. You don't think anything of it. You close your register like you do every night. The next morning, though, the boss mentions that one of the registers was short $20. You remember Stacy put something in her pocket. When you ask her about it, she confesses she needed the money for something really important. And she's never done this before, but it's for a really good reason, one that she can't tell you about. She's never lied to you before. You believe her. So, what do? Do you tell the boss? Do you not say anything about Stacy at all because she's using the money for a good reason? Please discuss. Welcome back. You've started your first full-time job after graduation. You are really excited to be a part of the company as it provides a great paycheck and great benefits. You've completed your training and you are loving your job with your coworkers and you're enjoying yourself. You really like them. They've become good friends over the last few weeks, especially as most of you went through your training together. Most of that training was about safety, including the protecting of privacy of your customers by shredding their paperwork after it's been entered into the computer. Their paperwork contains social security numbers, bank account numbers, and other personal information. Your job is to enter applications every day. To properly get rid of information, you have to put those paper applications in a special shredder that just happens to be up on the 5th floor of that building. You're supposed to go every day near the end of the workday and shred all of those paper applications. The last few weeks, though, the elevator hasn't been working and your desk is on the 1st floor. It's a very long walk to the 5th floor where you're supposed to go. Your fellow coworkers start to complain that they're not being paid enough to climb 5 floors with the amount of paperwork that has to be shredded. It's heavy. It's hard to carry up those stairs. So instead of doing what they're supposed to do, they start throwing applications in the trash bin behind the office building, knowing the trash is only emptied out once a week. Those stairs, they are getting harder to climb. You're getting a larger number of applications in every single day, and you are tempted to just throw them away without shredding them. It'd be easier, and everyone else seems to be doing the same thing. What do? Please discuss. I'm Lisa Krch, Public Information and Communications Manager for the Kern High School District. We hope you've enjoyed your experience so far today. Have a great rest of the school year. Something